All right, we're going into DCKO issue 3. If you haven't been following along, please go and look up the other videos I made on DCKO. It's been crazy what they've been doing here. So, yeah, we'll recap in a moment. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's hop in. In the split second before the next round begins, Clark hears screaming, the screaming of children. His muscles tense, but then he realizes these children aren't screaming with fear or pain, but with joy. The world they live in is peaceful and safe, thriving. Is it Earth? It is. He sees, but somehow it's also him, Superman. He's in every particle, every atom, and understands that this is his vision, the one that he had on the way to the tournament. This is the universe as it could be. If he wins, the universe bent towards him, shaped by him. If he takes the crown and keeps it, a place where people live in harmony, a shining, symphonic civilization. Brave, hopeful, reaching out, hands open. He wants to look away, but he can't because the beauty is too much. And that's when I rip it away. Did you dream good, Superman? Me? I had a fucking great one. Lex Luthor shows up. Everybody boom tubes in. So let's take a minute to recap while everybody booms in. So everybody fought into the tournament. They are trying to take the power of Darkseid. The winners of last round has been Lex, Joker, Zatanna, Guy Gardner, Wonder Woman, Cyborg, Superman, and Aquaman. And now they are hitting into round 3 of DCKO, where they will fight. So welcome, champions, to the third round of the tournament. In pursuit of victory, Darkseid occasionally allied himself with unexpected beings. So for this battle, you will fight in teams. Each of you must choose a partner. And I did go over all the fights, so if you want to see those, go search them up. I'll make like a DCKO little playlist. So their next tournament is there's going to be a dual team partner fight, but one of you has more Omega energy than the rest of them. So he will get to choose a partner from all realms of reality, while everybody else has to pick from this universe. And that is the Joker. The Joker has the most Omega energy. How does that work? I don't know. It's probably because he cheated the most. Because he did cheat his way out of the Jason fight by restarting his heart. But the heart of Apocalypse says you can choose a former foe or an ally. You can choose for either wisdom, strength, or chaos. But choose quickly or the choice will be made for you. And the last one to decide is Clark. As we see, the final contenders, fresh off a brutal round of one-on-one battles, all fights to the death. The victors emerge into this, the next challenge. And so the choices are made. Here are the duos: Guy Gardner, Hal Jordan, Superman, and Shazam. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good duo. Superman and Shazam is pretty fire. Lex Luthor and Supergirl. Don't know why you would pick Supergirl. That would be a weird choice because she hates you. I would pick literally somebody else. I'd do like the Reverse Flash or something. I don't know, but you're not fighting the Flash, so whatever. Aquaman and Hawkman, those two were battling against each other last round, so I guess they kind of teamed up. Wonder Woman and Big Barda, both new gods in their own way. Big Barda, oh, bro, that's a fire choice. Big Barda would stomp like half the team. Cyborg, Connor Hawk, two Titans, fire. Zatanna and Constantine, lovers in magic. And then Joker has its mystery person. So, let's begin. In Arena 1, Gardner turns to them. I know what you're thinking. There are way better choices. More powerful, smarter, handsomer. But hey, I always choose my friends. Too bad he chose Hal Jordan and not like Kyle Rayner. Kyle Rayner would be kicking it up. So the Green Lanterns charge at Superman. And let me tell you, I'm not on the Green Lantern side right now. You just got the B squad. Sorry, boys. I love you, but Superman is not going to let that happen. As Billy screams, hell no. And then they get to dueling. Meanwhile, in Arena 2, we see, hey, it's Hawkman and Aquaman. Get back together for a rematch. Well, you are a true warrior. It's an honor to fight alongside you. See you there, brother. As they fight, Lex Luthor. All right, Kryptonian, let's go. And just as I expected, she punches him in the face. Are you seriously thinking I'd fight alongside you? And she is like, yo, you guys want to team up against Lex Luthor? This guy is literally evil. And they're like, yeah, sure, that sounds good. So 3-on-1? Okay, bro. Arena 3, Big Barda, Wonder Woman, pound it, Fury of Gods on the mortals, as Cyborg and Connor Hawk are like together and then dab each other up, and Cyborg gives him a bunch of enhancements. World's deadliest fighter in the world, infused with nanos. And then lastly, Arena 4, John Z. That was hell of a date. So we see who the Joker chose. You know me, I just love to laugh. Why not pick someone who likes to laugh? Whoa, it's the Batman who laughs. And before he's even able to do anything, John Constantine's like, I know a con. This is not the Batman who laughs. And Joker's like, well, did you give up, old friend? I know much how you love to play a good old trick. So let's play an old favorite. Go on, show him who you really are. And then, boom, snap your fingers. What's better than a king? An emperor. This dude becomes Emperor Joker because it's Mxyzptlk that he chooses. His partner is Mxyzptlk. That's crazy. This dude is omnipotent. He showed up in the 90s and literally just transformed his world into hell and killed everybody, killed Superman, or he like enslaved Superman, killed Lex Luthor, ate a country, I can't remember, and then he lost because he was like, oh, if I destroy the world, I'll destroy Batman. Anyways, this dude is basically a god because he's just got Mxyzptlk's powers and the Joker's mind, which is crazy. But let's see the other people. We got Barda thrown into the air against them. Did Wonder Woman just throw a new god at us? Yeah, she did. And so their combat against Barda and Wonder Woman is Cyborg is like, yo, you're one of the deadliest fighters. I picked you because of how deadly you are. But the style you study at Ashrams, it's all about human impulse and unpredictability, which works perfectly against going up traditional warriors, and I'm going to scan and absorb your abilities so that I can fight just like you and be as strong as you because of my enhancements. Twin Titans, nice. So they're getting their edge on, and then we go back to the Joker and Zatanna. I just want to see you smile as those constructs made of bloody visual neurotoxin as we see somebody laugh, and it turns out to be John. Uh-oh, the Joker basically got control of John Constantine. But going back to Barda and Diana, both of them are taking blows from Cyborg and Connor. What are we supposed to do? I thought we were on the same team. We are. Just punch me as hard as you can, Barda. As Barda jumps up and punches Wonder Woman's gauntlets, and they explode, knocking back everyone because they were forged from the Aegis, where they didn't just deflect blows, they amplify them. And Barda's like, is this why you chose me, Diana? My strength? No. Well, you were trained in the fire pits of Apocalypse. You know the way of war there. And so Wonder Woman also plays an intellect game and asks her, what do you know about the heart of Apocalypse, Barda? Because if anybody knows it, it's you. As we see the aftermath of Z and John, Zatanna gets corrupted as well. And then Mxyzptlk is like, yo, I helped you out, clown. I lived up my end of the bargain. Now send me home. As he says his name backwards, makes Mxyzptlk say it, and then he goes back home as the Joker stands there laughing in victory. Now, to somebody that we haven't seen in a while, Superman and the Green Lanterns, Superman and Billy are essentially getting their shit rocked in as Hal Jordan shows up with his own dirty trick. It's funny though, I think a lot of us figured you'd be the one to beat Clark, which is why for my secret item, I brought this. A Black Mercy. If you don't know what the Black Mercy is, it's a parasite that infects you and makes you dream your greatest desires. And it's a perfect painless vision, as it says on the comic. I haven't seen this in forever, since The Man Who Had It All, the episode on Justice League Unlimited, and the 90s comic by Alan Moore. But this is not the first time it's been used on Superman, so he might be pissed. As we go back also to Kara, as she just starts beating the tar out of Lex and is like, why would you pick me? I hate you. And Lex is like, yo, I picked you because of this. He reveals his chest full of the kryptonite that he had in DCKO issue 1. Red kryptonite makes her angry, and then it's a mixture of kryptonite. So she turns into this mutant monster. As she says, I'm sorry, cousin, for what I'm about to do. And we go to the future vision that Clark had in DCKO issue 1 right before their world died, where he talks to Lois about game night. She's like, "Why are you hiding?" "I'm not hiding. I'm just looking for some wine." Ah, Bruce is getting to you. He'll push you to win as an act of love, even if it makes you hate him. Twist as that sounds, with you, you take more joy in seeing other people. So stop hiding in here and go out and become Superman. Be Superman too. And so Clark sees his vision is to be Superman. He is Superman, but something is different in this vision. The Mercy takes it further this time. He realizes that in this place, he didn't fix the present. Here, Superman has fixed everything. The future, the past. How? I don't know, but suddenly something is coming through time to meet him. It's his parents, Jor-El and Lara. Clark has never felt so much peace. He's never felt whole. And then Clark realizes this is fake as he breaks out of the parasite. Lois's words come back to him. Get out of there and be Superman. The memory fills him with rage. Rage at how? Rage at the cursed planet, at the dream, at me, at the game itself, but also at the truth, because that dream could be his reality. It could be our reality. Why shouldn't he win it all? Fix everything. Why wouldn't we want him to? With the world falling apart, the doomsday clock at midnight, don't you want him to save us all? I do. And in this moment, Clark wants it too. Wants it with the burning of 1,000 roaring suns as he booms through the Green Lanterns fighting Billy and looks on the way and sees Kara, all deformed giant. And this is because Lex has got red kryptonite with silver kryptonite and black kryptonite all mixed together to make designer K as she crushes both sea and air. They win that round, and he literally had to do nothing. And then our last battle. Billy, I'm so sorry I brought you into this. He looks at him and says, Don't worry, man. Like you said, you gave me a second chance. That's who you are. You're Superman. And Clark says, well, is it though? Like, I told myself he chose Billy to give the boy a second chance, but there was really another reason. There always was, and he knows it. Behind him, Hal and Guy are getting ready to get to their feet. They're about to use their rings to craft green kryptonite, synthetic and old trick, and it's effective, and Clark knows it. Billy, I chose you because of what you can do with your powers for others. And Billy understands he wasn't given a second chance. He realizes what Clark means and says the words, Shazam, and gives those powers to Clark. What? Look at that duel. And people have noted that he's got the earrings like a Dragon Ball reference. That's cool as hell. So the mix of Shazam's powers on top of Clark's own powers, Darkseid chose allies who would help him win. So we're learning that Clark is becoming more and more like Darkseid. Not in a bad way, just in a logistical way for the tournament. He takes him out in seconds, but as he does, he wonders, was it this place? Am I getting to him, the dark, twisted heart of Apocalypse, the way I seem to get to Captain Atom? In this moment, Clark doesn't know, but it feels good to win. As he stomps the Green Lanterns and looks across the way and sees Lex wins too. There's something in Lex's look, something Clark isn't sure he's ever seen in those eyes before. Admiration. Round 3 is over. Congrats to the champions. 4 of you remain. Time for round 4. As they're like, oh, is he here? Not now, but it's not here actually. We're gonna teleport there. Who are the 4 champions? Joker, Lex, Superman, and Wonder Woman. The penultimate round will take place here, on a world that belongs to the King Omega, Darkseid. What? So, what is this? Is this what we saw Booster Gold do during the interludes of the fights? I don't know, but yeah, they're like, oh, this is on Apocalypse. No, dude. This is Earth. But how? How are we still fighting? It seems you guys ran out of time, Diana. So yes, this is your Earth. But you are no longer its champions, as somebody shows up. Because they are. Let the true fight begin. There's 4 champions fighting 4 champions. We have amalgamations of the absolute Trinity and Booster Gold. And we have Absolute Batman, Absolute Superman, Absolute Wonder Woman, and then the big BG as Darkseid. Yeah, dude. This is nuts. What the fuck? Thank you for listening, watching, enjoying. Yeah, we're gonna do more. Peace out.